Good evening, Hotel. Habari Ghani, Assalamu Alaikum. I'm your co-host this afternoon, Sister Khadijah, along with your host, Mr. Kevin. It is customary in the African tradition that we go ahead and get permission from our elders before we address the community. The oldest elder here would be a mother. Mom, would you please give us permission to speak?
Yes.
Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead right up into the topic. Well, before we start, let's just go ahead and state that we want to give our deepest sympathy to Mr. Landry, former Representative Landry, on the loss of his wife, and we send our deepest support and our deepest prayers. Also, we would like to also say that as we speak right now on the opposite channel, Cox Digital Soul Showcase is playing right now with Wayne Landry, Reverend Rand Landry, Brother Jay, Sister Deanie, and Mr. Sylvester. They're playing on the opposite channel of us. Well, you know, this is a live segment. We're going to just jump right up into the topic. And the topic, you are the change. Mr. Kevin, go ahead.
Yes. Happy New Year's, and I hope everybody got their New Year's resolution right. Look, guys, it's 2020, and we got to start changing things for what we want, not what they want, what we want. And the only way we get this is we stick together. Black, white, brown, we must come together. We, the people, are the only ones who can change what we want in our life and our children's lives. Guys, look, from religions to laws, we are been trained. I mean, we've been trained since we was kids how to follow their wordings. And once we understand what they mean, they change the words.
Yeah.
We have the right to do what we want to do as long as we follow their laws. We have been letting them break all the laws they put on us. And I don't blame them, I blame us, because as long as they separate us, they divide us, they conquer. We must come together. Once again, not religion and not laws. People who now the government putting more rules and regulation on than government. Human beings. There's one race, and that is human. And we got to stop allowing people to separate us. We went from being master to father, human to race, from racism to bias. The words they throw in the air is not us, but we still accept them. We, the only people, can change the rules and regulation for our children, civil rights to be civil. So we got to come together because there's an election coming up at the end of the year. And we got to pull together.
Yes, and as a matter of fact, speaking of election, this is aired all over, basically all over Southwest Louisiana, and then some is going out on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, all of that. But in November of this year of 2020, I'm not exactly sure. It's the latter part of the year, but there's going to be an election for the district attorney. Now, the current district attorney is the current chief district attorney in New Iberia, 16 JDC, is Bordeaux, under the regime with Phil Haney, under the regime with
Keith Como, Judge Keith Como.
Judge Keith Como, okay, and what's the little short one there, the little bulldog?
Robbie
Vines, all right.
Not the bulldog, the chihuahua, who think he a bulldog.
Okay, all right. So let's find out who out in Iberia Parish that wants to run for the district attorney seat. I mean, the district attorney whole office needs to be wiped out because it's just complete with corruption. You know, from the little assistant DAs who got up on the stand.
The whole system.
The whole
the judges on down.
Well, okay. I agree with that, but we got to take some baby steps. Okay, let's get
We've
rid
been
of.
taking baby step all our lives. That's the problem. We need to go to the head, not the foot.
Okay, let's get rid of Bo Dewey, Phil Haney. Let's get rid of them. You know, because like what the way that they passed showed when they decided to recuse the Honorable Judge Lori Landry it really was despicable.
They've been doing it before Lori Landry. They was doing it to our children. Yeah. They was doing it to them before her. And like I said, I'm glad it happened to her to give the spotlight. Okay. Because we all humans. You don't have to have a label for people to mess with you just because they can do that.
Yes, yes. And the way that we stop corruption is tackling it head on. I mean, a lot of us that's in the trenches, you know, we don't have the hundreds of thousands of dollars to pay the district attorney, you know, to go in our favor in case we needed a case, one of our relatives and everything.
But they used to have funds for the people to be represented by the state with our taxes we pay.
Right, they used to have
But they're
funds.
using it for personal uses. The money they wasted on this Lori Landry stuff didn't make sense at all.
And by the way, how much did it cost the taxpaying citizens of Iberia Parish? That's a good question that we need to find out. You
know, I know it was close to probably 100,000+.
Oh yes.
Because this was for 3 months.
Yes.
3 months of them not getting the state's money, and then when they get it, they have to use it for, so say, their defense fund. How can attorneys go and hire another attorney to represent them with no case?
Right, right.
We, the people in New Iberia, should be able to file a lawsuit against them.
That is that.
Because that's our money they wasted.
That's right. And when you say close to over $100,000,
that was just for Lori Landry's judges, lawyers.
Okay.
I'm not talking about they had to hire an attorney for them.
That's right.
That's what I'm talking about. Now, they should be able to pay her for her lawyer expense that she had to come up with.
Right. And remember the motions of over 400 recusals? They had stack of papers like this. You know, even had like one of the guys came by and told me that, oh yeah, they tried to get him to come and to testify. He said he wasn't going to be a part of that.
Well, they tried to get the Louisiana State Troopers. They tried to get the Sheriff Department. They tried to get everybody that was supposed to into law to come and support their lynching. And it didn't happen.
Yes, yes.
But look, guys, we going to leave that alone because we got a lot of stuff to talk about, because I know a lot of y'all have set some resolution that y'all really didn't do last year. Start today, not tomorrow. Start today. Let me tell you about this new job creation that they've been lying to us about. Look, Louisiana done had 27,000 families to leave out of Louisiana. This enslavement system that they call job creation is nothing but a fraud for their tax purposes. Guys, we've been lied to for so many times. Every time somebody with a business want to come to town, we give them tax breaks. Why should we pay their taxes and they making all the money? And then we got to pay taxes on their taxes. This doesn't make sense at all. Every time you see a new business open up, 2 or 3 closing. But yet and still it's costing the people, the taxpayers, it's costing us, because yeah, they gave 5 jobs to the town, but yet and still it take almost the whole town to pay the taxes for the company that then came in.
Right, okay, Kevin, they gave 5 jobs to the town, but then which part of them were involved in nepotism? Oh, I got my cousin that's over there that needs to work.
That's on the council, and
that's right.
They the one who lies to the people, and then we give them credit because we think we need them. In reality, they need us. Because without us as the workers, they have no business. But they want to get all the tax cuts. We get all not even a raise, because what they paying right now at minimum wage doesn't even make sense. That's why people have to work 2 and 3 jobs, and they only gonna hire you part-time, so they don't pay your benefits or your Medicare, and they don't even allow you to be in a union to represent your rights. Guys, y'all got to wake up and realize what's going on. If a job doesn't have a union, it's not a real job. Simple as that. And I don't care what politician tell you we need another business. Yeah, we need another business if they come to town and pay their own taxes. Not us paying the taxes for them. I done had enough of that. I'm getting older, and like I said, If I'm paying taxes on my small business, their big business should be paying taxes on their big business. But then the council always talk about revenues. They always say we got to invest. Well, don't you think it's time for us, the people who investing, to start getting our money that y'all say was an investment? Every year our taxes going up because we're allowing these big corporations to come in without paying their taxes. And then we get charged the next year. That don't even make sense. But we the people, have to start doing what we need to do.
Yes. Okay. Carla, you have a question or comment for Mr. Kevin?
Great to have you back, Sister Khadijah. We didn't hear you on the radio today. We didn't see you on the radio today, Mr. Kevin. You know that's my co-host. And glad to see you, Mr. Kevin. Listen, I'm glad, Mr. Kevin, you brought up the issue of New Year's resolution. Who would have thought, and bear with me now, you know where I'm going, who would have thought my New Year's resolution was to go to a goddamn war, man? Listen, these people are crazy out here, rallying around this individual in the White House for the sake of war, for the sake of killing people, not having any idea that it could be poor people's children going to fight these wars, these endless wars, like so aptly named, for these people out here, especially the so-called supporters he has in Lafayette, Louisiana. You know what? I didn't see a run. I saw some fake pictures, Mr. Kevin. I didn't see a run of a lot of these same gun-toting, country bumpkin getting in line at selected service to go over there and want to fight for their orange one. I didn't see a whole big line. So I'm going to get your opinion on that. And secondly, Mr. Kevin, the issue. Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hearing you.
Okay, I'm sorry. The second issue, Mr. Kevin, here in today we had a radio show, and one of the things we brought in the brother from the National Police, Black Police Association, and we briefly touched on what's going on here in Lafayette with the new mayor who want to take a chainsaw to everything. Maybe he want to do the right thing. Maybe he want to cut government waste. Maybe that's what he want to do. But, you know, I'm suspicious when I see Rudy Giuliani that makes 3 or 4 trips down here, and you know what type of person Rudy Giuliani is. And he wants to cut different things. He also wants to roll back this police department in a manner that he want to hire somebody else. It's not so much that I am so much a great advocate for police. I'm a great advocate for justice, whatever police department, whatever law enforcement entity. So basically, if you have the local NAACP, Sister Khadijah, who's saying that we have a good police department in place with incentive for new African American officers to come up through the ranks, but we have this individual who wants to go in, chop up everything, ask for the police chief resignation, and change things. So my question to you, Mr. Kevin, let you comment on that. I'm gonna hang up. I'm sorry for taking up so much of your time. My question is, will he institute a stop and frisk style law enforcement policing policy in the city of Lafayette, similar to his mentor Rudy Giuliani? That's my comments. I'm gonna jump off the phone, brother. Thank you so much.
And thank you. Look, look, number one, I want to apologize to the Iranians because we had no business doing what we done to their people. Because if we practicing terrorist act and going to other people's country and doing that, what you expect could happen to us? Now, Trump's biggest fear is that he owed Putin so much favor. He's trying to take everything out of the Middle East and give it to Russia. He wants Russia to get all the contracts. He wants China out of the way. He wants the Middle East. And number one, we shouldn't even be in the Middle East. We have no interest in that. It's nothing but behind the oil. And that's who's running the politician right now, the oil companies, oil and gas. But y'all don't understand what's really going on. When Trump first came in, the first thing he did was broke the contract with Iran with the nuclear procedures that they had with Obama, President Obama. You know, the thing is, in 2008, he said that Nancy Pelosi was a good woman, but she should have impeached George Bush Jr. for war crimes when he started the war back in Iraq. Okay? In 2012, he said that President Obama was going to use to start an Iranian war to go back for re-election. This is his words. And then in 2016, he said that if Hillary was to get elected, we would spend a bunch of money with all kind of court and delays and impeachment and everything else. Look, the last 3 years have been all what Trump said against people, twice a fold on him. Guys, you got to realize Trump is from descendant of a German. He is really a German, and Putin and him is that's why they're so tight. The thing is, he don't feel he's an immigrant. Now his son-in-law Jared is Jewish. I mean, it don't get worse than that. Immigrants who don't want other immigrants to come to this country. What that's telling you. But we got to understand that back in the day, when the Germans who did follow Hitler, what happened to them? Oh, well, they dead or was imprisonment. It's the same thing happening to America. They are following a false, fake leader who is going to lead them into devastation. And it's happening now because, look, Iran sent some little missiles, but trust me, they could have hit American troops if they wanted to. Now, they want American troops out of Iraq. My choice is get out of Iraq because Iran gave you a warning. They don't want you, they don't want to start a war. Trust me on that. And look, Iran got some of the best professors for nuclear bombs that they ever invented.
Yes, they sure
And that's why we shouldn't mess with those people. Look, if you're happy out here in America, which I am, and I love my country because I own property in this country. So it is for me. But I don't believe in going try to put democracy in other countries when we don't even have it here. We'll spend billions of dollars to sell weapons to other countries to start wars. And then lend them money if they don't have enough money that should be going to education and health care for Americans. I'm talking about all Americans, all the immigrants who got American citizenship. That should be going to their health care and education. This is what the white people who follow in Trump need to understand. Y'all are the biggest people on welfare that's following a billionaire. Y'all started sending him money for his impeachment. That is stupid. And I hate to use the word stupid, guys, but that is stupid. You sending a billionaire money to get out of impeachment. This is why Trump done what he did last week, to get you distracted off the impeachment, because you know you're not even hearing it no more. All you're hearing about what the Iranians saying and what Trump's saying. This was the strategy he used to get reelected. But if we get in a war, you won't have to worry about electing a president. You have to worry about getting a bomb shelter. And that's what you have to understand, that they won't go to war. Our friends, our family, they're going to be the one on the line, so say fighting for this country, and then when they come back, this country going to take a dump on them again.
That's right.
They psych y'all up like that y'all really part of America. If y'all was really part of America, we shouldn't be building a wall that costs billions of dollars. It should be building more hospitals to take care of the mental health people, if you so-called worth money. But y'all are nothing but some expendable people that they can get other people in the file cabinet to go do their dumb warfare. Now, if Trump was a man and would go out there and put his little tight suit on his big body, I would say let's follow Trump. But Trump not going to go nowhere around there.
No, he not.
So we the people got to understand what we going to do.
He not going to go nowhere around there. None of his family members going to go anywhere in the trenches, anywhere in the war. None of them going to go there. So that's the clincher right there. So you want my loved ones to go and fight for something that you have created. And don't think that Trump is close to no rocket scientist. He's just as
Rocket what?
Close to no rocket scientist. He's just
Maybe
as
a rocket.
ignorant as all outdoors. However, that opportunity came before President Obama. That opportunity came before, but they stated
they was leaders. That's the difference. They was leaders.
Right,
they knew how to strategize.
Right,
he doesn't.
Right. They're not going to waste the valuable lives of Americans just so that you could go ahead and say, oh, I had him killed.
Well, the good part, you're going to be called an American, not an immigrant. You're going to get called American now because you went fight for a lie. You know, back in 2000, y'all, we went to wars that we shouldn't have been in, and that was for profits of oil. And we don't understand why we still have troops in Iraq, Germany, and all these other places.
For what?
The money, well, because we are protecting the oil to come here. Trump stated today that he don't need oil from the Middle East. That's letting you know Putin and him already made a deal to start getting oil from Russia. And he's willing to cost lives to do it. And everybody playing like they don't know what's going on because they're scared Trump will sue them. Well, the truth, you can't sue.
Yeah.
We the people got to understand the truth and stop watching these people on Fox News and all these old fake radio shows telling you you're going to be all right. I ain't never seen more poor white folks that support Trump. Some don't even have teeth, but will send their false teeth to Trump to try to sell for his impeachment hearing and everything else. We got to stop letting people enslave us. And guys, I know y'all don't have a lot of common sense, but I'm going to lend y'all some common sense. It doesn't take a rocket scientist, like she said, to understand what's going on. We shouldn't be doing no foreign trade with no foreign country. This is why America is going down. We have almost 370 million jobs going to be lost in the next 9 years. And under this administration, if you go again, you better say 4 years. Because y'all are getting enslaved. And white folks, majority of y'all, because y'all have majority of the jobs. Y'all being enslaved too. You just don't see it because you're so busy looking at us who are at the bottom. But y'all got to realize what was done to our ancestors is being done to y'all. So we can recognize this kind of junk. And y'all don't understand, when it comes to dollars, it's not about a color. Because you have more poor white folks than black folk. You know, almost 60% of black folks are incarcerated. And that's another thing we got to stop. We would rather pay $100,000 to keep one man incarcerated than to pay $20,000 to educate him.
Yes.
And then you wonder why poverty and crime going up.
And then not only that, but you have hundreds of thousands of people. All they want is a piece of the pie, affordable housing. Why do we have to spend almost $1 trillion on weaponry when there's enough earth for everybody?
Because all the corporations have investment in defense.
Yeah, that 1%.
That's almost $1 trillion right now when it went up to with the Republicans who don't choose to say nothing. And I blame the Democrat for not even bringing it up. Because when they had it, it was in the millions. Now, the Republican got it, it's in the trillions. But it's all right for them to spend all of our money and y'all not say nothing. And my thing is, what is the difference between a Republican, a Democrat, a Crip, and a Blood? Y'all disbanded the Crips and Blood because of the feuding that they was doing. The Republicans are the Bloods because they will kill if they have to. The Democrats are the weak Bloods, Crips. We got to stop letting these people manipulate our mind to what they want to see. And, for the impeachment hearing, why would the Republicans want to have a trial without witnesses?
That don't make any sense.
You're going to waste our money, and you got 3 of the main witnesses who started this case against Trump to say what he said. And this was entrapment to the highest. This was every law that the Constitution wrote, he broke it. And I'm tired of hearing y'all saying that the so-called founding fathers who wrote this because they knew somebody like Trump would come up, that they were turning their grave. Yeah, they were turning their grave for y'all to believe the lies that the Republicans doing to these American people. Now, if y'all want your own side of the country, I have no problem with that. Y'all can go on the other side. Matter of fact, y'all can build a wall and go live on the other side. I'll help y'all build your own wall. But I'm not about to sit here and listen to y'all ignorance trying to make me understand what y'all trying to do. This doesn't make sense with the money you're wasting.
And then he didn't even have the audacity to go before Congress. He was supposed to bring that issue of when he decided to kill that man. He was supposed to.
It's been on his agenda since he got in office.
For quite some time.
This was a distraction off of the impeachment.
And look, our soldiers are not like other soldiers. Our soldiers are used to of comfort. They're used to. They don't have hatred embedded in their heart. These people, they wake up wanting to. Okay, who can I kill today? And
look,
and
the
stuff
Middle
like
East
that.
been fighting for the last 100 years. Why we got to be the mediator and the people that go bring peace to them, and we don't even have it out here.
That's right. We don't even have it out here.
This is the thing that I don't like about the so-called smart Americans. We have no business in the Middle East.
None.
We can drill our own oil. We can do all the above. We got enough oil for 3 more generations if we make it, if we get out of this fight with Iran. But y'all got to understand, these people do not play. I would never strap a bomb on me and go blow me up in somebody. These people here will take it and smile at you and then kiss you and say bye.
Right. And then,
you don't want to mess with these kind of people. They are warriors.
That's right. They are pure warriors. And at the same time, waiting, once they blow themselves up, they're going to come across 12, 15, 16 virgins. What a virgin going to do you if you're in the spirit? Carla, you have a question or comment for Mr. Kevin or myself?
Yes, Sister Khadija. I want to call back and ask Mr. Kevin one more thing I wanted to comment because it sticks in my craw. Not so much that I am for our former President Barack Obama, but he was trying to do the right thing compared to this idiot in the White House. Today when he gave his press conference, he basically blamed President Obama, saying that if you remember back when they signed the nuclear agreement with the Obama administration, they gave them some incentive to do that. And to do that was to unfreeze all the money that the United States over the years under George Bush has frozen in all revenues that they have. They have a lot of all revenues and wealth.
Right.
Well, President Obama unfroze that. So today, Donald Trump spreading out a lot of lies and falsehoods, and that was my crawl. And saying, well, Obama gave them the money. That was all done. The missiles that hit that base last night was done with the money that the Obama administration gave to the Iranians. And this is type of stuff that people don't open their mouth to nothing about. Eventually, it comes to the point when you have a racist clown, and he's an idiot, Donald Trump, who says things, and people start to believe stuff like that it was somebody else's fault. It's almost like, Mr. Kevin, let's blame that Negro over there in the corner. Let's make him the fall guy. And people need to put that in check when you hear that. You hear a lot of that on social media with Obama, who started this thing in Iraq. Boy, this fool is off the chain. So look, let me let you comment on that, man, if you have time.
Yeah, look, the first thing that people don't realize is that without Obama, a lot of their families wouldn't be dead, because Obama passed for everybody. And look, they had more white folks that didn't have teeth where I'm from in Baccalaureateville that had teeth, thanks to Obamacare, what they want to call it, which is really Affordable Care. The same thing that all our so-called politicians have, they don't want us to have, talking about that's not no good insurance. But why y'all got it? But the thing is, Trump wrote a book. It's so say it was called The Art of the Deal. It was the art of distraction. You don't realize when you read, look, Trump have gave you his history. Everything he touched died or blew up. This country in the last 3 years has suffered. We got more businesses, more corporations going overseas than anything, thanks to Trump with his tariffs. And the small business out here who are always on TV telling us, the people who consume their goods, y'all need to come shop with us. Well, y'all need to go down on your price. We are tired of what y'all doing to us. But most of all, did you remember when Trump said that he loved his uneducated supporters? This is why he cutting education, health, and everything else. Because he want them dumbfounded. He don't want them to have no knowledge of nothing. And every time he's in a bind, he gives a rally or he starts something on Twitter. And they flock to it, not knowing he's talking about them. This is how dumb and blinded these people have become. Their hatred has covered their thinking ability, even though some of them didn't have it. It has covered their thinking ability so high that they're willing to lose their services behind their hatred. I ain't never met a person that I didn't know that I couldn't like. Like I said last show, I like Trump, but I also know Trump. And when you know somebody like Trump, he plays on your emotion. He takes your biggest fear and bring it to light. Meanwhile, he is the monster that he's telling you about another monster. That's the problem with the people that supports him. They are little monsters trying to become big monsters, not knowing they're following this man. When he said about what happened when this guy drove over these people protesting that they had good people on both sides, That should have woke white America up way back when it first started. And look, I want to thank again all the white folks who know what this man is up to. But you cannot bring a horse that don't want to drink to some water. And this is what these people are. They have to suffer before they see the light.
Well, not only that, but then Trump, he had a litany of things that people needed to pay close attention to. When he was with The Apprentice, you know, here you have this so-called billionaire doing a TV show who has had bankruptcy, who has filed bankruptcy.
Casinos, things that make money. If you can bankrupt a casino, what's that telling you?
Yeah, what does
this
that
is
say?
real money. This is what everything the mafia did. Trump got into it and lost in everything.
And then not only that, but the biggest bully of all times. Well, you know, when you're running for the president, you need to show your tax return. Till today, they still don't know.
Because he put the right man to cover his taxes up.
That's
See,
right.
Trump done put everybody in his position where he can't be touched. And that's what the American people don't understand. Y'all getting played too. Don't think it's just the poor people. Don't think it's just the black people. Don't think it's just the Muslims and all that they making y'all hate on these people for no reason. If you some true Christians, you shouldn't be worried about Muslims. And this is the thing that I hear from a lot of the younger white guys. Yeah, we got all these Muslims coming to town. Do you know any one of them? Yeah, but I heard. Do you know any one of them?
That's right.
Yeah, but I heard. It's not about what you heard. How about if you let somebody to judge you without knowing you? Every religion that done hit this country has caused more debts than anything. But all of a sudden, we got to preach hate towards the Muslims. The Christians done killed twice as many people as the Muslims.
Three
But yet
times.
still, I don't see nobody saying, let's get the Christians out. And this is the thing that John Adams, one of the founding fathers, said, that Christianity was the worst thing shown to man. And this was in the 17th, 18th century. And this is why they didn't want politics mixing with religion, because now we have more rules and regulation on people than government. But yet still the people who want to work for government are always saying we got to get government out of our business. What they truly mean is get government out of their business for tax purposes. And we got to pay for their taxes. That's why they're getting in there.
Right. And we have had more homegrown terrorists that looks like.
But look, our
your
president,
regular,
he's a terrorist.
Right. More homegrown terrorists. That the Oklahoma bomber, you know, it didn't matter to him that there were children, that there were human beings that was in that building. He set the building and blew up everybody.
Well, look,
they
Trump
were looking for the
ran a tweet
terrorists.
saying that if they hit back, he was going to find some of their cultural sites to hit back. That's war crimes right there. Because nobody that's running a country that so say a leader should be talking like this to other people.
Right. And when you look at Trump administration, I think between 5 to 10 of them are serving prison time as we speak right now.
Yeah, but they're not giving them enough prison time because some of them getting a handshake.
Yeah.
And this is the thing. Me or you do something like they want to give us life.
No, they
do something.
execute.
Well, they do something. No, they make more money if they keep us in jail.
Okay.
They want to do us something that's detrimental to us. They steal billions of dollars. We steal a dollar. They want to prosecute us.
And how is it our war? How are we included over this is our war? This is not our war. You don't put our when you're counting your billions, your millions and billions of dollars.
Well, I can
That's
tell the
your
Iranians
billions.
personally, I will not fight unless you come to my yard. Other than that, y'all stay in y'all country, I stay in mine. We good. I have no problem with y'all. Y'all done no wrong to us. It's our leader. And if y'all want him, please come get him. We'll trade off for y'all, whatever it is. But we the people this year, 2020, we must get him out.
You are the changes.
That way he can go and face all these sexual charges that he have been into. That they won't allow nobody to prosecute him because he's a so-called president, but he's a sexual predator.
Yes, he sure is.
And that's the biggest thing that I don't understand about these lawyers who sit right there and know this man broke the law but refuse to say something about the law because money. And that's another thing I want to get to. Enslavement. Guys, we got to stop being sold off for the profits of money. Look, the other day, the NFL fired a couple of the black coaches, who we only had about 3 of them. NFL is supported by the poorest people, black folks. They'll buy $30, $40 jerseys,
yes,
Saints paraphernalia, all this other stuff. You know, it took black folks 20 years to get to the pros. It took another 20 for us to have a black quarterback. It took another 20 to get a black coach. Now we have none. And we still don't have no black owners, but yet still y'all will give up everything for that game day to go and support a team who do not give y'all nothing back. This is what Kaepernick was taking a knee for. The injustice of us. The injustice of all people.
Yeah.
All they like us for is for entertainment. You know, our people came to this country and got enslaved the minute they hit. We didn't want to come. Our ancestors didn't want to come to this country. They went get us.
Okay.
They went get us and enslaved us. And now, almost 50 to 60 years again, we're enslaving ourselves by taking money and thinking that they own us. No, I'm selling you my services, not my life. Any man who playing any sports, any man who working any job, shouldn't be owned by no corporation or company. He have his own rights. He can say what he want, he can do what he want, as long as he's performing his services for that team. You hired him for his services, not for his body, not for you to be his boss, not for you to be his master, not for you to tell him how to dress, how to look, and this and that. This is me. I will never wear a suit. I don't care what you see. You will never see me in a suit, because this is me. This is my life. Everybody, man, you just start dressing it. No, no, no. This is me. And when we start allowing people to dictate our life, we become for them, and you don't even realize what it is. As long as I'm giving you the service you hired me for, we should have no problem of the comments that I say, because I'm seeing what I say. And I'm not one of these people who you can just tell a story to, and I believe it. And that goes to another thing of ignorance is a bliss, because I'm tired of us black folks killing us black folks. We are being ignorant to that fact, black people. And white people, y'all just plain being ignorant to everything that is factual. We got to come together and realize what we mean to each other. Common sense is not common no more. Abnormal is the new normal. We the only solution to our problems. But we have to stick together. Right is right, wrong is wrong, no matter what color it is. Nobody should be judged by the color of their skin. But yet still, when it comes to a lighter color, you get lighter sentences or lighter charges. Guys, we got to wake up. This year is the resolution that we should all make. Get to understand and know each other better than what we've been doing. Stop going on assumptions. If we keep doing this kind of thing, we're going to be creating a civil war. And this is what Putin out of Russia wants us to do. And he's doing a good job by him sending his apprentice, Donald Trump. Y'all don't understand. This man owed Putin so many favors that it don't even make sense. And this is why he's trying to get rid of China. This is why he's trying to get rid of the Middle East. Russia is the new slave laborers, because the dictator out there will kill people if they say something about his new regime.
And the topic, you are the change. It's a live segment. This is our first show for the New Year's. Today is January the 8th, 2020. You can call us at 337-366-8950. You have your host, Mr. Kevin, and I'm the co-host. And it's something when people have stated that, you know, the more power you have, the more power that you want. And it is showing quickly when it comes down to picking on a country that didn't do you anything. When it comes down to murder, you know, the United States of America have always overthrown different countries,
dictated wars, sponsored wars.
That's right.
Everything.
Have always done that.
We are the new arms dealers.
Right. And even when you go back some 20-something years. Or
40
20
years
yeah,
when you went to
well,
Vietnam. They started this for
Right, yeah,
nothing.
yeah.
All behind a religion.
Right. And
because they didn't want the Christianity to go out there. So that's what started all this. We lost so many lives.
Right. And when you look at Oliver North, who was the main leader involved with the contraband, sending
Don't
contra
forget Ronald Reagan.
Yeah,
who
Ronald Reagan
allowed him to sell drugs to sponsor a war.
and to sponsor a war. And don't forget where the drug war come from. Also, you know, they infiltrated the black communities over and over again, just so that we can exhume all of the drugs and become some crackheads or.
Well, they didn't realize crack didn't take no color. Crack took
Yep.
anybody that was weak, and majority of the white folk got hooked on it. So this as many blacks they had on crack, they had twice as much white folks. So my thing is, and I hate to make it racial like everybody thinks, but the truth is the truth. We got to understand that whatever you have in your culture, I got it in mine. But I will not cover mine like you do yours. We, the people who see something, should say something. Because if we allow this to keep going on, it's going to get bigger and bigger. Look, they gave Trump all kind of changes for him to try to do. And he kept on digging his hole deeper and deeper till now he got the coffin. And if you keep messing with those Iranians, he's going to get buried. And we're going to be on the side. I'm hoping not me, because I don't want y'all to come down here. But still, like I said, I want to apologize again to all the Iranians. And look, y'all got to deal with those Iraqis, because they knew what was going on when they called the meeting out there. This was Trump's biggest setup, and now they done moved troops out of Iraq. And when they moved the troops, that's when the Iranians send the missiles. So technically, if they want to kill some Americans, y'all, they could have do it. All they was trying to let Trump know is that, look, we got weapons that would reach you. But we don't want no conflict with y'all. We just want y'all out of Iraq. And I agree to that. Because, like I said, they've been fighting with each other all my life, all their life. They've been fighting for profits. And that's supposed to be the holy land back there. Well, like I said, if they had a God, I don't believe they'd be fighting like that, because God would come down to settle this. But the thing is, we got to stop the people that's spreading out hatred. I don't care who it is. If you see somebody white, you see somebody black talking stupid, please correct them. Because if you listen to that stupidity, you become part of that stupidity.
And again, I repeat that the United States soldiers do not have enough hatred in their heart to go and just kill up on somebody that they have never met. They don't have that. You see those Iranians, they by the hundreds of thousands. They are ready to die, not tomorrow, but right this second.
But what the Americans can do is turn these people into killers, like they done in the Desert Storm and all the Iraqi war. That's why these guys coming back to the United States mentally ill.
Mentally ill.
Because they was not a killer.
That's right.
It's almost like when you train a dog to fight. You cannot get that dog to stop fighting unless you get him away from the rest of the dogs. And this is the problem we have in the day. We'll send the kids, train them how to be killers. Then when they come back, we don't know what to do with them but medicate them and hope they kill themselves or somebody else without somebody getting hurt even worse.
And what parents don't grieve for other children, even children that they have not met? I've never met you before, but I want my child to kill you. No parents grieve
because
that.
You have a heart. When you don't have a heart, then you think other people
that.
is not human because of some of your genetics that you think you're pure. You have the biggest problem with issues. And the issue is, if you keep spreading that, it's going to hit your family. Now, I want to talk about, you saw they gave the farmers $19 billion in AIDS.
Yes.
For Trump's campaign, they call AIDS. That's all that was. And then they cutting $5 billion from the poor people. And we're so bad, guys.
They done started
I'm talking to the Trump supporters. We're so bad. Y'all all those poor people I'm talking about. Because y'all the one getting all of y'all benefits cut.
Yeah.
Not by Obamacare, but Affordable Care.
Right. And they done start cutting it as we speak
Correct.
right now.
And going to do
They
more
start
of
cutting
it. Because if they start the war, that's the perfect excuse for Trump to say we had to cut the poor out. But they're going to want y'all to go fight their war. I can guarantee you nobody in my family is going to go fight for this country for no reason but the profits of oil and gas and somebody who is coward. My thing is, you want to be that leader? Let's get the leader from Iraq or in Iran, and then put him, Trump, in a boxing match.
Yep,
Let them two fight. And the winner,
I agree with that.
Well, that's what I would do.
That's what I would do.
I wouldn't want nobody else's life to be risked if I started something. Trump started this.
Yep.
To me, we should call the Iranian government
and
try to set up a boxing match all right. Well, Trump liked wrestling. I forgot he was on WWF.
Right.
He needs to get in the ring when the winner takes all.
And his right hand leaders, they all need to just all come together, put on y'all tights and y'all gloves. But y'all, yeah, they're cowards because they will give orders, but they're not gonna go ahead and say, well, I'm gonna go in the field myself. I'm gonna go and shoot my weapon myself. They don't do that.
They're gonna dig his hole and then shoot his weapon in the air. But that's the thing that get me with people who always so-called need leaders. But then we picking coward leaders, because a true leader will fight for his country and not for himself.
And not only that, but also a true leader does not want to spare the lives of hundreds of thousands of people. And when you look at some of those youngsters, they look no more than 16, 18. They look so young. They still playing Nintendo.
But if you're uneducated and somebody tell you you're a killer, you're going to think you're a killer till you get out there in that battle.
What?
And that's why they want them young straight out of high school, promise them an education, but yet still you're going into weapons education.
That's right.
And you're never going to move up.
And what good is the education if you done lost both of your legs? You done lost your leg, your arm. You're mentally insane. What good is the education?
Well, now they want you to be a commercial to make you feel they're doing something for you. But guys, look, this is another thing that we have to go to and take our children to. I keep saying it, the Whitney Plantation in Wallace, Louisiana, guys. Pick up these kids off the street, take them over there, let them see where we came from, let them see how we was getting assassinated, murdered, and all that just behind being black.
Yeah.
We out there, look, New Iberia had almost 4 murders in the last 5 months. 4 murders, youngsters, for no reason. And black folks, I'm getting on y'all, Barbers, and you know, we supposed to be somebody that the public can talk to. We're supposed to be somebody to correct the mistakes, even if it's in our family. We got to be the one to show our youngsters how to be more positive. Guys, I'm looking at the black barbers in New Iberia. All they want is profits. All they want is to gambling. All they want, and I don't knock what you do, but these people that we're losing is our customers. And if we don't have enough authority or respect for ourselves to try and stop our customers from dying, we can't leave it up to the churches, because now it's the battle of the churches in New Iberia. Every block got a church. But now one will come out and support something good unless the media is out there.
And then not only are they your customers, but they're your family.
Part of the family. I mean, that's what barbers used to do.
Yes.
This what got me into barber. You're supposed to be part counselor, part everything.
Right.
And, you know, when people talk stupid. And right now, we got more mental patients on the street than anything, and they need people to talk to.
Yeah.
But what we doing? Because we're not making money off, we feel we can't do nothing for them. We are becoming just like the people that we always talked about. So it's not the white people that's keeping us down, it's us that's keeping us down. Because I can tell you for facts, no white person have ever told me what I needed to do in my life. And I still refuse them to tell me what I need to do if I don't see it. Because I'm not going to be doing nothing for them unless I want to do it. And that's what you got to do, is take control over your life. We are the change. You have to do better for yourself, not these people. You got to do better, not these other people and all this that you complain about. Us.
Caller, you have a quick question or comment for the host?
Oh, yes, ma'am. I have one comment I want to make.
You go ahead.
Okay. I just have a question that I want to ask some people. What I don't understand is that how is so many people, Christian people that could say they love Jesus, they read the Bible and they love God, and these people are so bloodthirsty. You know, like Donald Trump always put God in his message, but, you know, I don't see the God of the Bible that I read about. You know, and I'm just asking the question, how can these people say they love God, they live for Jesus, but then they're so bloodthirsty and so uncompassionate and don't care and just want to kill like all these right-wing conservative Republicans? Can you help me out with that?
Yeah, I'm going to give you one answer to that. you read this. And like I said, before Trump got in office, he didn't know God. The minute the evangelicals said he was an apostle, Trump became God. And this is our weakness as black people. Anybody who preached the word of God, we think they know God personally. Guys, look, I don't knock your belief. But if you ain't met somebody, you don't know somebody. If you read about this person and not seen nothing that he has done, but other stories that people have told, and you follow that, the one who told you the story don't have the problem, you have the problem. Because like I always say, if there was a God out there, we wouldn't have to be fighting for our rights. We wouldn't have to be fighting each other for profits. We wouldn't have to be, so say, bloodthirsty. Because the God that I so-called read about when I was a Christian did godly things. But it wasn't God, it was the people that was doing the godly things that they read about. Today we read one thing and do opposite of what we say we done read. So if you don't have God in your heart, you can read, you can go to church, you can pray. It will not hit you until you're gone. And then when you're gone, then you're wondering if you could have do something better. Well, so that's the answer to that question. Stop being so gullible for a God that you're willing to see anything somebody say is godly.
Well, and you know, and I come back off of the offices where I would like to say that, you know, I thank God for God. I thank God for Allah, for Buddha. Whatever your spiritual affiliation is, I thank God for that. And also, you know, because a lot of times it's the God that's in you that keep you from going berserk.
And that's the God I want to thank. That lets me know without us there is no him.
You know, and then some people don't realize that they're covered. And they're not so much covered as from themselves, but they may have a sister, they may have a mother, they may have another sibling that believe in the good Lord and whatever.
But he lives through you.
Him. Yes, he or she lives through you, and that's
the thing we got to stop preaching, because I came up a Christian, and everything we did wrong, we had to go and say a prayer. And once we said the prayer, we felt what we done wrong was forgiven because we said a prayer. Then some of us went do it again and again and again. And the God that so say was going to punish us didn't punish us.
That was because you was a Catholic, and you was confessing. You know, you was going in that little boot and you was confessing every time.
Because my mom and dad made me go in that boot. That's the only reason why I was confessing.
Caller, you got less than 10 seconds.
Question or comment?
10 seconds. That's what my boyfriend told me. You got 10 seconds. Here's the deal. I love y'all, and y'all very highly intelligent. And Mr. Kevin is right. Thank your mama and your daddy, because you got shoes and food in your mouth.
Thank you, caller. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. And that's what I'm trying to say. That is our true godly people, our parents, our uncles, our aunts, because thanks to my uncles and aunts, they instilled in me courage to do better for their name, because back in the day, their name was so powerful. And if you destructed that, you got kicked out of the family. And like I say, guys, if you're not part of the solution, you are the problem. New Year's resolution, get together. Let's get Trump and all his followers out there. It's not that many, but if we get separated, we're going to get them out of there if we don't. But y'all, Elizabeth Warren is the #1 candidate for president, y'all. Don't get distracted by Biden and his other little old guy. We got to stick together. She is the one. And like I said, a woman should be running this country right now.
Okay, now it's my turn. I have less than a few seconds. Whenever you see Mary Melinda out in St. Martinville, please give her a hello, a high five, because she's doing the best that she could possibly do. Try to attend the movies. Try to attend her meetings. Whenever you see Judge Laurie Landry, just tell her thank you.
She should tell us thank us for going out and support her. I'm tired of all of them getting thank you. We the people who get them out of troubles. Okay, so they should be thanking us. Ain't no about them getting thanks again.
You're gonna be and also watch Twist on News this coming Saturday from 2 p.m. To 4 p.m.
Incarcerated and want to learn more about your rights or their rights.